Entertainment, the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, with your host, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
I love it. I'm a fan of this. I'm here for it.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe and Ryan.
That's right, yo.
That's right. Hey, come on, I'm cool.
Yeah, fair enough. That's right. I'm your host who bought a pair of Crocs from a mysterious pawn shop that disappeared right after I purchased them. Can't wait to see what that curse is. Joe Wakefield.
Jealous. Hi, Ryan.
Hi. If you are returning listeners, we'd love to remind you to please download the episode. Downloading the episode is the best way to support the show. Do it on all of the podcasting apps. You don't need to do just one.
That's right. Yeah, multiple downloads, please.
Come on, why not? And if you are joining us for the first time, you might be wondering what this show is. What is it all about? Well, you know what I'm going to tell you.
You better.
It's pretty much a split down the middle of paranormal and pop culture. We
Uh-huh.
have spooky stuff,
That's
which is
right.
usually cryptids, but also could be myths, legends, curses, ghosts, hauntings, all that stuff. We also have disclosure discussion. Well, that one's all about aliens.
Yep, we're just asking questions about aliens. We want to know about UFOs, any new videos that have come out. I found a really good older story today about a alien mothership.
Ooh, that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, cool. Can't wait for that. And then crammed in the middle, like the cream in an Oreo, is our pop culture. And there we just cover pretty much the genre news of the day, our thoughts on what's going on in the entertainment that we love.
Star Wars.
A lot of times there's Star Wars, but only when there's news. If they announce a movie, I don't think we should talk about it because they never actually make the movies they announce.
Oh.
Hot
Well,
take.
hmm.
Yeah.
Joe does have a lot of hot takes, so you can be prepared for that as well. And I'll try to mess with Joe as much as I can today. I promise, guys.
Oh, fair enough. But, to stick with our spooky paranormal stuff, I wanted to ask you a question, Ryan.
Quest away.
All right. So if you were to, and guys, this is just a bit of fun. And we were curious when we were talking about it, because you ever have those nights where you were just kind of, let's say, sitting by the campfire, if you will, just chatting it up about random questions. Well, that's what we're doing now. And I wanted to know, Ryan, if you were to create a post-apocalyptic base, like what kind would you create? Now, here are your options. There could be a zombie apocalypse, an alien apocalypse, or an environmental apocalypse, depending on how that works. Because, environmental, maybe we have to worry about supplies and marauders as opposed to like flesh-eating creatures or like getting shot from the sky. So what do you think, Ryan? What base would you choose?
I feel like it always feels like a good idea, but then, but no, you need to refuel. And I was gonna say a boat,
A boat?
like a big boat, but I don't know. Like, if
So
you
is
get
that,
your
is
hands
that,
on
are
a
you
friggin'
going with,
yacht.
are you going with like zombies then? Like which apocalypse would a boat apply to?
I guess, yeah, because environmentally, who knows? Has it gotten into the water? Like, what is it?
Well, environmental is easy. We're just gonna say that's like a meteor or an earthquake. Environmental, like
well,
like
then
big
shit.
big destruction. Think Armageddon.
a,
You
a
just
boat's a terrible place then.
it depends, man. Because if you remember the film 2012,
Yeah, that's
they,
right.
They had arcs, which they
did.
made you believe it was starships the whole time. That ended up being about. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go if you don't mind. You're taking too long.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I'm thinking shantytown over a swamp. Hang out like Louisiana style. Because if there's zombies, you could just easily push them over those skinny rails and they get stuck in the mud. So then after a while, you just kind of basically like mow the lawn and just kind of edge the walkways by cutting off the limbs of the zombies that are stuck in the mud on the side because they won't be able to reach out and get you. You just go,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
right?
And with mine, I'm gonna add actually like more than a boat, like almost like make water world like
Ooh,
on top of the water.
like an apocalyptic settlement.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
floats on top of the water.
So an environmental thing, like in your case, we'll say it was a meteor.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I love it, man. That's
see
good.
that would be a little bit better.
All
but
Second question then.
okay.
Yes. Now to go with the meat of our show, you have this base. Yours is a water base. Mine is kind of like walkways over a swamp. What cryptid would you get to
Oh.
protect your post-apocalyptic base?
Go first. I'm looking mine up because I know which one I want, but I can't remember what it's called.
All right. So for me, I'm thinking that because it's a swamp, you get kind of a plant one, right? So I want a living plant, the Yavito, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was right. I typed it in and I actually spelt it right. The Ningen.
Oh,
It
yeah, please
is
explain.
a modern Japanese folklore since the mid 2000s. The Ningen is a aquatic humanoid whale-like and mermaid-like creature supposedly inhabiting the sub-Antarctic oceans.
Yeah, I know what that is. It's it's huge though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, there you go. If that's protecting us, sweet.
Okay. Well, that's a really good one, so I feel like I need to amp up mine just a little bit, all right? All right, I want to do something better. You know what? I Does this count? Oh man. I say so you want to say skunk ape because skunk ape is like a Bigfoot creature that
Mhm.
normally is in the swamp, right?
But it
'Cause
would stink.
it would stink, but it's also adapted to the environment, which you have to assume would be helpful, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So that's it. Skunk ape. Final answer.
Okay. Good.
Good.
I mean, honestly, no one would want to go near it. So it's like skunk ape, you just stay far away from us and just make sure you're pacing a lot. Like circle us all day.
Yeah, but is it that bad? Because if you're already in a swamp, I mean, I've never spent a lot of time in a swamp, but they talk about swamp gas and stuff. It's probably a stinky place.
I mean, yeah.
Just in general.
You'd think that a swamp would be rather smelly.
So you wouldn't care that your cryptid guards smell bad too.
That's true. So you'd be used to it by then.
I'm just
Smell
saying.
blind.
Oh man. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to tell you guys and Ryan about a movie I went to see. I go to MJR theaters every Sunday. Why'd you laugh?
No, just because it is funny to me. I don't know. That's Joe's thing. He's like, I go to the movie.
Yeah, no, well,
every Sunday.
It's my church, bud.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
like I literally go Sunday morning.
That's kind of why I
everything.
chuckled. I'm just like, oh, it's like your church.
Hey. You know what? There are more destructive religions. Is
Hey,
all I'm saying.
hey,
My thing is, I just eat a lot of junk food that my wife wouldn't approve of.
I don't judge. Don't judge.
Anywho, I saw Cold Storage, which is a pretty cool movie. Do you know about it?
Nope.
Well, no one does, and it made no money, and that's kind of an issue. Apparently, I'm not picking a lot of financial winners, but I love the film. Liam Neeson's in it. And
like Liam Neeson.
it's kind of, right? It's a little bit like a zombie movie and a little bit like The Last of Us. Spoilers for anyone who cares, but I don't think anyone cares because it made like $1 million. Like it made no
I
money.
actually did see a clip of something with Liam Neeson that looked new
Yeah.
on TikTok. So
Yeah.
there you go. I saw a clip of it.
So
Same with the last one. That's like I said, and they didn't even put the title in the comment.
you know what? TikTok does need to do better of advertising movies if they're not telling you what the movie is.
Like, yeah, you're giving me a clip of it, but you won't even tell me what it is. And I get it. It's users that are doing this, right? Because I think they like hope you're gonna like maybe go on their profile and dig harder for it or something.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. That I guess I do get the reason behind it. Anyways, Joe Keery is the main guy in this film, and he's from Stranger Things. He played Steve Harrington from Stranger Things.
Okay.
Well, anyways, he works at a storage unit facility, and it turns out that the facility is actually a decommissioned military base where they were holding this kind of fungus, the kind of like a Last of Us fungus, but it kind of reacts a little bit like monster blood. It like goes and connects, and then when it like gets people,
Monster blood reference.
yeah,
Nice.
right. But when it does get people and it turns them or gets into their bloodstream and infects them with the fungus, rather than making them like bloodthirsty zombies, they just kind of want to immediately get out and spread. There's almost like no zombie time. Like their goal is almost immediately to like, I need to get on the roof and explode spores everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a little bit, I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit of the flood from like Halo. Like the creature would like fall down and just explode, and like tons of creatures would come out.
Horrifying, but spores and essentially the same thing.
That's
And
crazy.
it was pretty good because they figure out, they go into the storage unit, they find the fungus that is already leaked out and it's infecting people and shenanigans ensue. It's a movie, you know what I'm saying? And I really
Sounds
enjoyed
really
it.
good.
And at a
Honestly.
point, it has a lot of random exploding gore, and it's very fun gore though. It's not really disgusting because the fungus is green. So a lot of the blood is mixed up with this green ooze, so it doesn't hit you the same way as like a Saw movie. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So it's a good flick. I think you guys should watch it.
I will totally watch it. When unfortunately when it's streaming, I don't have the time to be going to the movies anymore.
Well, Liam Neeson did a great job, man. I'll tell you that. And I have to go to the movies. It's part of the reason why I decided to go to the movies every Sunday and, work out a deal with my wife so I could, is because I got young kids and I can't watch what I want to watch ever. And it got to a point where I was like a year or two behind on like films. And I'm a film guy. So I started like frothing from the mouth and like having like heart palpitations. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I need to see movies. What's going on? It is bad. It's kind of a fun addiction. I enjoy it.
No, I honestly, it's good for you, Joe. That's awesome that you have that. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like I just nostalgia play video games for like Other than that, like yeah, I just watch old movies usually. Other than watching Bridgerton.
I
the
know.
amazing show Bridgerton.
The amazing show, Bridgerton.
That's right.
I love it.
That's right.
I know nothing to even joke or make a reference, but that's pretty funny. It's nice that you guys watch things together. You and your girlfriend.
That's like all we get to do. You know what I mean? Like we watch either that or I mean, her and I do go to movies when something comes out
Wait
we
a
really
minute,
want
what
to
am
see.
I talking about? Why can't you go to the movies? I know
was gonna- we-
I know
we
you
do-
work a lot, but like it's
we
come
go
on, man.
when there's something that we really want to see. We're not like just going to go. Maybe we should start going to the movies more. It's not
you
a bad
should.
idea.
You should go to the movies at least once a month. All
And-
right. I'm
and
not
they have
telling you to go
Two-Hearted.
every week like me. Oh, but dude, do you know how much how much of a freak I am? Let me tell you this. I okay, so this is a test to see if my wife is actually going to listen to this episode. So I was supposed to go and work on a book that I'm writing, and instead I went to the movies on Thursday, and that's when I saw Cold Storage. So secretly, unbeknownst to anyone, I snuck and went and saw Cold Storage on Thursday.
You heard it here.
So on yes, I'm admitting to a terrible, terrible fib. And then on Sunday, what I actually saw was Iron Lung, the new horror film.
Okay,
Yeah, have you seen Iron Lung?
describe it. Maybe I've seen a clip.
All right, so Iron Lung is this really, really fun movie. As a filmmaker, I really like it because it's a YouTuber who is a gamer and stuff, but he basically financed the movie, started the movie, wrote the movie, directed the movie.
So a passion
Well,
project.
completely. But long story short, it was actually successful. He released it in
Nice.
theaters, made a bunch of money. It's doing really well. It's based on a video game, an indie video game, and it is a weird indie video game. All right, so Ryan, let me give the setting for you here. And I am going to give spoilers for the game and the movie because the movie's been out for several weeks now, and there are plenty of videos online. This is a movie that
More than 2 weeks.
more than 2 weeks. I am
Then,
not.
yeah, you're good.
So I'm not like
Anyone who was dying to see it has
has
gone.
seen it.
Yes.
So it takes place in the far future. In like 1992, we colonized Mars in this future. And in this future, we kind of just went our way in our solar system and kind of had a bunch of spaceships and like things, space stations, things like that. Well, eventually what happens is there's something called the silent rapture. And the silent rapture is where all habited planets and stars just disappear overnight and the whole universe is just empty and except for like dead moons which are only lit by dead starlight because the light from the star is still moving but the stars are gone and the only survivors are people who are on space stations or spaceships in outer space and no one knows what happened or why this is. They
Right,
just
because everybody else froze to death.
they're just gone.
Just gone.
They're gone. Planets are gone. There is no Earth. It's not there.
Oh.
Like every habitable planet and every star just disappeared overnight. Like just
Whoa.
yeah. So on these barren moons, because they're running out of supplies, because you only have what's on a spaceship and there are no planets. You can't go get steel or water or any of this crap. So you're running out of everything. So on this planet, they discover an ocean of human blood. And they're like, oh, crap. Well, we should probably explore this ocean of human blood.
Oh, well, as one does.
And see what's going on.
As one does.
So what they do is they get prisoners
Mhm.
to go down in little submarines, this one called the Iron Lung, and they're welded inside because it doesn't really matter if they live or die because the human race is all dying. We don't know what to do. We're trying to find something in this ocean of human blood that could possibly save us, whether it's synthesizing food or an answer to the mystery or what's going on. Anywho, so
Okay.
the movie takes place all inside the Iron Lung, inside this submarine, down in the water, and in the blood water. And he
Yes.
only has, like, there's no windows because the pressure, there's nothing. He could only guide himself by a compass and a radio, like a X-ray camera. When he hits it, he sees things. So he goes throughout the water, the blood, trying to find things, come across giant creatures. They're excited about the fact that they see skeletons, and it gets really, 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 really weird because the skeletons of like these giant eels are like made of amalgamation of like human bones and other things like that. And
How did it look? Like, was everything like well done? Like,
it looked really, really good, but it's all from the perspective of inside the Iron Lung. So when they take these pictures,
it's through the blood.
yeah, when
Through
he
a
takes pictures, they're
window.
like X-rays. It's like looking at X-rays.
Huh?
It's a clever film, and it was kind of boring because it took too long. They needed to cut like half
Oh.
hour out of it, but it was really, really good concept.
Wow,
the
that
game was really
means
good.
something. I sorry to interrupt, but for you to say that, they really should have. Like, dude, you love, big, elaborate, long movies and stuff. So, like, that's crazy to me
Well,
to hear you say that.
I just think they could have tightened it up a bit, but the concept was really good. So when it started, I wasn't sure what to make of it. When it finished, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I thought I didn't like it, but then I've been thinking about it ever since. And I thought about it so much, I actually bought the indie game and played it a little bit to try to get a better. And I looked up YouTube videos to kind of figure out the lore. And
That's such
So-
a crazy concept.
so I appreciate it a lot more now. I do appreciate it a lot more. And basically,
from the video game, then.
altogether, just the whole lore behind it. And it's unclear whether the ocean itself is sentient, if all of the humanity became the blood ocean, if the amalgamation of the monster at the end is Satan or just something else. Is the whole universe actually purgatory? There's a lot of questions that they leave it open-ended, and it is kind of a mind F. It really is.
So was it like more like
It's like-
religion based?
No, but yes, but no, not at all. Not even a little bit. It's kind of like a religion based the way Southland Tales was religious based. Yeah, okay, so that's not going to help you.
I don't know.
Anyways, if you guys want to see a good movie, I do highly recommend seeing it in theaters. And considering this is self-distributed, there's no telling what distribution deal he's going to make or how long it's going to take to get physical media. So if any of this sounds, like something you enjoy, check it out in theaters. It's going to be in theaters for a little bit longer. And yeah, if you're going to and you're in Michigan, you know where you should check it out? Where I go, MJR Theaters.
Oh yeah.
So I go to Southgate. Troy's good too, but any of them are great. There's like several locations. And here, you know what? We're going to let them tell you a little bit about it.
Make the most of your movie-going experience by upgrading to an MJR Premier Plus Rewards membership today. Earn even more points toward free tickets and concession discounts. Plus, enjoy a free birthday reward, waived online booking fees, and a free ticket just for signing up. Head to mjrtheaters.com or any MJR Theaters box office to upgrade to a Premier Plus membership today.
Haha! Go to the movies. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the movies.
Me too.
But you know what else I like? Spooky stuff, Ryan.
Yes.
I like creepy stuff. I like cryptids. I like monsters. I like werewolves. I like hauntings. I like all that stuff. And you know what? When I met Ryan way back in 6th grade, he did too. We started hanging out in an acting class, and it was improv. And
That's right.
since it was improv, we immediately knew that we had similar interests because we both brought up the same kind of nonsense.
Mhm.
And lo and behold, years later, we now host a podcast where we can tell you about the spooky stuff we love,
That's right.
especially this one. So enjoy this week's spooky stuff.
Atmospheric beasts. Atmospheric beasts are among the strangest alleged creatures in all of ufology, cryptozoology, and speculative astrobiology.
And you know what's pretty cool about this one? Ryan actually found one that I never heard of. I've never heard of atmospheric beasts before doing this show.
Neither have I, but what's funny is I've actually thought that before, where I'm like, maybe there are things up there, like, because we wouldn't, be able to see them above the clouds, like, because it is like in every bit of nature on Earth, there's a different kind of creature that has adapted to that environment. So it's like, I just imagine that maybe there's something up there.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally possible if you think about like oceans and there's like different levels of depth where different animals live. So if
Yes,
there's birds that
precisely.
can fly, then why wouldn't there be something that may be higher in the atmosphere? Which is what we're talking about.
Exactly. According to reports, these entities behave like living organisms, yet break nearly every known biological rule. They are said to levitate without wings, shift between solid and vaporous states, and in some cases, glow, pulse, or even vanish entirely. Some think they float using gas-filled organs. Many researchers classify them as hypothetical plasma-based or energy-based life forms, inhabiting the upper layers of Earth's atmosphere, or, in other cases, the skies of other planets, such as Venus and Jupiter. That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's if that's a Pokemon, like that would be the best Pokemon. That's totally like right, like something that can live in Jupiter's atmosphere. Like he could fuck you up.
That's fair. I just think it's hilarious. We should reference how many times you've mentioned Pokemon on the show.
Oh, dude, I'm going to mention Pokemon
Good.
every time on the show.
You got to catch them all.
That's right. Often mistaken for UFOs, atmospheric jellyfish are luminous, semi-transparent shapes resembling marine medusae.
That makes more sense to me. As if there's something up there, it would be like a jellyfish creature.
It just sounds right, doesn't it?
I can imagine it. Like you imagine how a jellyfish moves. You can see that in the sky. Like I can see that moving like that.
And essentially, a jellyfish is just a floating stomach. Like, right? Like, it don't think. It's just floating. It's just a living thing that, like, it doesn't really do the thinky.
I don't know enough about jellyfish, but sure.
I'm just saying, so, like, it just makes sense that something could just, life finds a way.
Yeah.
Dress
totally.
apart. Reports describe them.
I don't think anyone alive doesn't know the reference.
Well, I'm just,
Can you imagine? It's like
just
life finds a way, and someone be like, "Oh, what's that from?"
Well, I just had to reference it. Reports describe them as glowing discs or, ovoid forms with tendrils or pulsating edges. These beings became widely known through the theories of Countess Zoe Wasilko-Serki in 1955 and Ivan T. Sanderson, 1957, who both argued that many UFOs might be living organisms in the atmosphere rather than machines.
Yeah, and right there, I believe that concept is what inspired Jordan Peele's Nope.
You have to be right. He found this.
Yeah, because I swear to God, that movie, I didn't know what to make of it. But the idea that it was like a living creature and it was kind of the whole movie's basically Jaws, except it's an alien. And they never say it's an alien. So maybe it was just an atmospheric beast.
Yeah, it could have been. That's cool. I didn't even.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna go with. If we ever get to interview Jordan Peele, that's what I'm gonna ask him. Right.
That's
off the bat.
Great question.
Ooh.
Write that down.
Write
that down.
Take a note, Johnny.
Sky serpents are elongated snake-like or dragon-like forms that appear to swim through the air in undulating motion. Sorry, I don't think I've ever read that word in my life.
Like a snake in water. They just kind of wiggle through the air. Like the
dragons in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. All the dragons, they swim through the air, basically.
I think Chinese folklore, too.
Yes. They are often compared to sea serpents or ribbon worms, but they are said to fly without wings, similar to the depictions of dragons. Their movements have led some to describe them as aerial equivalent of deep sea fauna. Throughout the late 19th and 20th centuries, sightings of atmospheric beasts were often misclassified as UFOs. Zoologist Ivan T. Sanderson proposed that these UFO animals were extremely low density, gelatinous creatures natives to Earth's skies rather than extraterrestrial visitors.
I mean, with such a wild concept, how is it that we've never heard of this
I
before?
like I said, I swear to God, I've thought about it before. I've thought like there's probably stuff up there, you know. I've heard of like sky spiders and shit like that.
So
Like,
why didn't you Google it and find out about this guy? Come on, Ryan.
I don't. It's just always been one of those ideas I never heard of before. So I just figured I was like maybe maybe I thought I was original, but I wasn't.
What if that's the explanation of certain missing flights and stuff? Is just
Right,
planes
they
that disappeared
blasted into one of those
Or
and it
g-
just effed up
or
the
got
engine.
eaten or whatever.
Or got eaten.
Yeah.
A whole plane.
Yeah, maybe a giant plasma of jellyfish.
Yeah, like who knows how big they can get, right?
Yeah.
Because like we just right now
Or
we're just
ribbon worm.
right. Like we're just speculating here, but they could be enormous for all we know.
I kind of wish the world to be a little bit more whimsical, so I'm gonna go if this is real.
I really am too. Like
I
it's
love it.
rare that I find one where I'm like, this actually could exist. One of the earliest and best known accounts is the Crawfordsville Monster, Indiana, 1891, described as a living cloud with fins and a wheezing sound hovering above rooftops.
Huh.
So that was
A living
1891.
cloud with a wheezing sound, and
Yeah,
it's 1891.
in Indiana.
Oh no, dude! Seriously, no, that was a steampunk floating city. Clearly.
Could have been. Yeah,
Come
well,
on, think about it.
Yep. I mean, honestly, yeah.
With a wheezing sound and everything.
Yeah, so it was just like
That was steam engines.
it was a bad balloon.
Yeah. All right. So problem solved. Moving on.
Moving on. You guys are welcome. A later case occurred in Philadelphia in 1950 when police officers John Keenan and Joseph Collins reported a glowing, pulsating, jelly-like mass that fell from the sky and dissolved upon contact with the ground. Whoa.
I love that.
I love that too because it's like it just makes sense. Like once like that's like the end of their life cycle, they just
Fall
they
to the
just
ground.
fall to the ground.
It reminds me of, to use the jellyfish again, it reminds me of like when it gets washed up on shore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Atmospheric beasts are typically described as fragile, lightweight, and partially transparent beings composed of a gelatinous or plasma-like substance. Depending on environmental conditions, they may contract into small, metallic-looking masses, expand into vast cloud-like or amoeboid shapes, emit
Wait a minute. The first one was they look like small metallic masses,
yes,
like the orbs
Like
that we keep
straight-
seeing.
like maybe like wouldn't that be crazy if so many stories were just atmospheric beasts after all?
You know what? I'll take it, man. I want aliens to exist so bad, but I'm totally
Yeah,
cool
you're right.
with
I
there
skipped
being,
right by that.
Yeah, like but they keep reporting all these floating orbs.
Right.
That's okay.
And they go fast, and there's a ton of them. There's always a bunch. So maybe they come back together to form the atmospheric beast.
Oh my god! What if a bunch of alien stuff finally all gets disclosed, and like that's what it is? Is like they
Dude.
find out, like, you guys, this is all real, but it's not aliens. They are beasts in the sky.
We literally have creatures that live in our atmosphere, and it's sort of a problem.
We didn't want to spook you guys, but it makes things a bit of an issue.
It's been an issue for a very long time. We've known about this since the late 1800s. All right, we're working on it.
Yeah, but what? What are the ramifications of
Like,
this?
dude, right? Like, dude, we have really struck a mine here. I really think so. So they also emit light or electromagnetic pulses, and they change color depending on charge or altitude.
Okay, so like a lightning, like ball lightning and stuff. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. They are often likened to aerial whales, like the one we heard earlier.
Oh, yes.
We were starting the podcast and we heard what sounded to be the call of a whale right outside of our window here in the studio.
It was uncanny. Yeah.
It was startling.
I mean, I'm going to assume it wasn't a giant whale, but it sounded like a giant whale.
It was a whale.
Right.
I'm sure of it.
Yes, the Detroit whales, as everyone knows.
They or they're also often depicted as jellyfish drifting at high altitudes where cosmic rays and electromagnetic energy are abundant. So that's their environment,
and that's their food, probably. You know, they get yeah.
Yeah, like maybe they're you know, with the little chlorophyll. You know what I'm saying?
Chlorophyll, yeah.
Chlorophyll. That's it, chloroform.
Yeah, so maybe they're getting ultraviolet rays as nourishment. I'm totally with you, bud.
Some reports suggest that they are capable of feeding on
chloroform is what you put on the face to kidnap people, buddy.
I know. That's why I laughed at myself.
Ryan knows chloroform.
Oh, just a little Freudian slip there. So they are capable of feeding on radiation or static electricity.
Num electricity.
Explaining their attraction to thunderstorms, power plants, and radar installations, which would explain that one squid UFO video. What if that was just an atmospheric beast that got down to get some nuclear energy? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Who knows? And it would look like a squid.
You know, that makes a crazy amount of sense. It also would make sense why some UFOs show up to like nuclear facilities, like at around meltdowns and things.
They're
like
feeding.
That. Huh. Well, this is just blowing my gosh darn mind, sir.
It's just like a whole nother animal we never even knew really existed. Like, I honestly really do believe in this. So, ufologist Trevor James Constable, 1958.
Oh, man. I know it's his last name, but his name should be Constable first.
Yeah.
He could be like, I'm a cop. No. Be like, okay, you're right. My name is just cop.
So it says 1958, and it says They Live in the Sky. I'm assuming that's like a movie.
It's the name of the book, bud.
The book, okay.
Yeah.
Claim to have photographed these entities in the infrared spectrum, calling them critters, organ-powered macrobacteria that inhabit the upper atmosphere. It makes total sense.
I mean, I don't know if it makes total sense, but
I think it does.
I'm going along for the ride.
Later, researchers such as Larry Arnold referred to them as amoeba constabae, while John Bresser compared them to space jellyfish, capable of moving through telekinetic propulsion.
Like they're moving by thinking about it?
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Telekinesis, I think, is moving things, right?
Yeah, but I'm just what are you basing that on? Like you're okay, I'll go with the leap that there are creatures in the sky. But because you don't understand how they move, you're just like, I bet they use thought pushing.
So they're just Princess Leia pulling herself through space.
Perhaps. Jellyfish going, use the force, squiggly. Use the force, squiggles.
I mean, it makes sense to me. It is frequently claimed that when atmospheric beasts die, their bodies fall to Earth as gelatinous masses of green, gray, or iridescent slime that evaporate rapidly.
Yeah. I love that. It's an idea. Oh, my God.
They even have a name for it.
Yeah?
This phenomenon has historically been called pewter ser, Welsh for rot from the stars, star jelly, or gelatinous meteorites.
Dude, I'm going to make a punk band called Rot from the Stars.
Dude, Rot from the Stars.
Right? You could be like, that could be your whole thing. Be like, we are celestial beasts. Yeah.
Celestial beasts.
It'd be a hair metal band. You guys bring back the 80s like,
yeah. Oh, dude, I'm here. Oh, dude, let's do it. We're starting a band.
What are your influences? Poison. Said enough, I'm in.
God damn it, I love it.
We're gonna wear some weird shit.
I'm gonna look fucking strange, dude. Such reports of these gelatinous meteorites report back centuries, though science has yet to confirm any biological residue because it evaporates so fast. 14 researchers, however, consider pewter ser a potential byproduct of atmospheric beast decay, creatures that die upon contact with the ground or exposure to low altitude pressure.
That's why I always bring a jar.
And it's
just saying,
not a bad idea. Yeah, bring a jar.
Yeah.
The concept of life existing within the sky predates modern ufology, Charles Fort in The Book of the Damned from 1919 speculated that the atmosphere might be home to aerial organisms and structures beyond human understanding. So
Huh. So
people
it's-
been thinking about this for a while.
Makes sense.
It
I mean,
does.
we as humans were like, things are under the ground, things are under the ocean, things are in the sky. I'm for it.
Wherever we go, there's life. Earth is teeming with life. So it's like, it just makes sense.
Yeah, it makes you wonder why we don't just see more in the universe, right? Maybe everyone's just smart and they're hiding out. They're like, oh, have you seen humans? Yeah, we're not going to go into that neighborhood.
You know my belief that underground, there are either extraterrestrials or a whole nother civilization that we have no clue about and how smart they are. Anything. I remember there were mysterious. I remember it was years ago. It was all over. There were these mysterious booms happening across the country, right? And everybody kept, and it was happening everywhere. And I always speculated that that was my theory being proven right. That's them down there doing something. They're working.
I mean, maybe.
Or it's the government making an underground tunnel.
That is also true.
That
I don't
could
know.
happen. They say that exists, but I mean, who am I? I don't know.
I don't know, guys. Do you think, listeners, dear listener, do you believe that there is some kind of sentient species, kind of that rivals man, somewhere in our Earth that isn't like extraterrestrial? They are here, whether it be in the atmosphere or in the ground. If you guys have any ideas, we'd love to hear it. Hit us up at Earthling Entertainment Podcast at gmail.com, and we'll talk about it on the show.
That's right. We most certainly will because, yeah, some interesting stuff. So I think that is the end of disclosure. Sorry, spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Spooky stuff.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Not yet. Not
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. So yeah, no, it is, and you know what? That means we're gonna jump into our pop culture stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. Got a whole bunch of stuff for you guys, and we're gonna do that right now. The Earth Pop Report, talking about everything to do with Earth pop culture.
Woo! Here we go.
All right, so if you're ready, here is topic number 1. Kristen Bell has been cast as Amy Rose in Sonic 4.
Nice.
Right? So I think that's the pink cat creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes an appearance at the end of the last one.
Okay, there are a lot of Sonic characters because I only played the original Sonic game, so pretty much after Knuckles, I checked out, and then I didn't realize it, but it's like they have like 4 games a year, so they've very expanded the Sonic universe. There's a lot of characters.
Oh yeah. No, it's awesome. I've watched. It's funny. I only watch movies and stuff with my kids or my girlfriend. I can tell you all about Bluey.
Yeah, fair enough. I can tell you a lot about Bluey too. I feel the pain, but I will say that if we get Jim Carrey back as Dr. Robotnik, I'm in. I can't.
He's coming back.
Yeah. Well, Kristen Bell, love her. Can't wait to see her in this. Hopefully, the Keanu Reeves also returns as
Nice
Shadow
choice.
the Hedgehog. And anyways, that movie is going to hit theaters March 19th, 2027. So, about a year away.
Not too far.
No, not too far at all. But Ryan, you know what I've talked to you about, and this is our second topic, by the way. You know what I've
Okay.
talked to you about a lot is Scooby Doo, and
You
my
do. You
my
do.
love for Scooby Doo.
You do love Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I actually have a warm spot in my heart for anything Hanna-Barbera. Recently, I bought the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, which was the '90s reboot of Johnny Quest. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that has nothing to do with anything. Anyways, besides, it's good, and they added a redhead, and I think that started my crush on redheads.
Okay, fair
that
enough.
Lindsay Lohan.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
from the 90s.
Yep. She'll do that.
Once again.
Yeah.
But someone who's going to play a new redhead is the woman who's going to play Daphne in the live-action Scooby-Doo Netflix series. Is that basically Greg Berlanti's going to be doing? It's McKenna Grace. Do you know who McKenna Grace is, my friend?
No, but I'm guessing I would know her face.
Yeah, well, she is the girl in the Ghostbusters movies. Was something you would know her from. She's the curly hair, the new girls, the girls taking over for the Ghostbuster movies. Finn Wolfhard's sister, in the last 2. She literally is the main character of the last 2, Ryan. I know you're not a movie guy, but come on.
I only saw the first. I didn't see the Frozen one.
It doesn't matter. She was the main character of the one that came out in 2020.
I barely remember that movie at all. I remember all the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Mans.
We-
That's
you know
about
what,
all I
Ryan?
remember.
We all have our strength, and remembering movies is not yours. But
I
luckily,
can tell you everything about Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
fair enough, but that's not what we're talking about. Anyways, McKenna Grace, she was also in the new Five Nights at Freddy's, and she's a singer, young actress, doing pretty good. And I don't know if I like her for Daphne.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with her as an actress, really. I just really think you should get a real redhead. I don't know why. That doesn't matter. Like you don't always have to get like someone with the same physical attributes as a character, but for some reason it always annoyed me. It was like when they got Kirsten Dunst, who was a blonde, and dyed her hair red to play Mary Jane.
Yeah.
And then they got Gwen Stacy,
I
who
guess
is
I never
blonde. They
noticed.
got a redhead to play a blonde. I
It's-
didn't get it at all.
I just don't notice these things, I guess. I guess I don't see the difference. It's funny. It's just hair color.
Yeah, it might just be a hang up that I have.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, I'm excited for new Scooby-Doo. Anything new Scooby-Doo, I check out. So if you are interested in Greg Berlanti's version, McKenna Grace is going to play it, and we're probably at least a year away. It's a show, so it'll come out sooner than a movie. But they're just casting, so it'll be a while.
Oh, yeah. Okay, more Scooby-Doo.
More Scooby-Doo. You know what else is cool?
What?
Wednesday and Addams Family. I mean, the Wednesday show is pretty
I
cool.
thought you were saying the day of the week.
No, I don't know. Are you a fan of Wednesday? Like, if we're talking days of the week, I feel like Tuesday is the best.
One thing I like about Wednesdays is like, I don't know, because it feels like you've accomplished something. It's like, I can do this again. And then that's how I finish the week. It's
Well,
like,
yeah,
you know?
it's a reason why it's hump day. It's like once that day is over, the most of the week is done.
even though I haven't had a day off in over a week.
Yeah, I got nothing, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your shit life. Anyways, guys, Wednesday season 3 is
Tonight's
coming
the night.
out, and they've added Winona Ryder to join the cast, which makes sense because her and Tim Burton were together on obviously the sequel to Beetlejuice. Obviously, Ortega was there as well. So coming back and doing Wednesday, it all makes sense. Did you see Wednesday season 2?
I didn't even finish season 1.
All right. Well, from what you did see, how do you feel?
I thought it was good, but to me it started taking the trajectory of all modern shows, like series. They just, you know how I am, guys. I just don't like series anymore. I don't know what it is. They all do the same thing with just different characters and scenarios.
All right, Ryan. I think you're becoming a little bit jaded. When
I
it comes
can't
to
help
television.
it. I can't help it because I didn't see the hype. I didn't
Every
see the
time
hype.
the hype was the TikTok dance, sir. The hype was
I didn't even see that episode,
doing-
but I've seen the dance.
doing a saucy dance on TikTok blew up Gen Z. Everyone was doing it. And that's actually why season 2 probably
Yeah.
didn't do very well, is because it was like 3 years between the shows.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't have to wait 3 years before season 3.
Yeah, I wish the best.
Yeah, totally. Well, you know what, man? There we have some bit more casting news. John Waters, the filmmaker who, of course, did Pink Flamingo and did Cry Baby and a bunch of other good stuff. You might know him from Seed of Chucky as the plucky paparazzi man. Well,
Okay.
he has joined American Horror Story season 13, which makes sense. They seem like a good fit. Those two weirdness align, I will say. I don't have much to really say besides John Waters is a goofy character, and the first time I saw Crybaby, I saw that movie way too young, and I had never seen anything like that, and it blew my mind. Like, we have Johnny Depp, who from what I remember, is about to get with this woman, and then suddenly there's lightning, and he gets really scared, and he rips open his shirt and shows this tattoo of the electric chair, and he's like, "Electric chair killed my parents." It was just so weird.
I honestly, I do not like that movie at all. I've had to watch it before.
Right?
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Well, he also did A Dirty Shame. That movie was weird too. I like John Waters. He's a character.
Yeah, just not my thing.
Fair enough, man. Well, you know what is your thing? I know is your thing.
Let's see.
Because Ryan, if you guys don't know, is he doesn't always keep up with the latest pop culture trends. But back in the day, he did. And we watched all of the cool things of the era, like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Like, yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, of course, Cartoon Network, you know?
Well, all those Cartoon Network shows that got kicked off HBO and were homeless have found a new home on Tubi, including Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog is going to start streaming on Tubi on March 1st. And
That's a win.
it is a win. I don't really care because I bought it on DVD and I bought it digitally because it was going to disappear. And I was like superior in my own head, like, ha ha ha, I have access to this show. Other peasants don't.
No, we don't, sir.
And then they made a deal of Tubi. And I'm happy for all you guys who didn't spend money. But you know, I spent money.
Well, we spend money on every subscription, like $100 a month.
You know, it's funny because I probably watch like one show on every streaming site, but because of that, I have every streaming site.
Same.
I finished A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the second spinoff to Game of Thrones. Very good show. It's short, half-hour episodes, and it's like A Knight's Tale in Game of Thrones land. It's a it's really good. Well, anyways, after I finished that, I was like, okay, well, we can cancel, HBO now. My wife's like, what? I'm watching the Pit.
What?
And I'm like, okay, well, not that one.
Nope. Can't do it. Nope. I mean, and I can't get rid of Disney Plus because I need my Star Wars fix every now and then, you know?
Yeah. And
so I pay
Disney's got a hold of Star Wars. You're not going to get Star Wars anywhere else.
Nope.
Well, you know what I've been waiting for that has been a really long time is like a good sci-fi show.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously we have X-Files back in the day. Fringe was really good. It was almost like a sequel series or like a spiritual sequel.
Yeah.
And then they brought X-Files back again. And the first revival season was okay. It was 6 episodes. It wasn't bad. But they really shit the bed with the next revival season. And it kind of like, that was kind of the end of it.
Whoopsie dangles.
Yeah, well, Ryan Coogler, the filmmaker who brought, he works with Michael B. Jordan a lot. Great filmmaker. He did the first Creed, bunch of stuff like that. Well, anyways, he's going to bring us a reboot of the X-Files. They've been talking about it for a while. They've been like, who would he cast, what to expect. But it turns out that it's actually tangible now. The tangilization, you know what I'm saying? It's been ordered. So it's been a pilot ordered on Hulu. So we're actually going to get at least one episode of the X-Files, and I welcome it. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
That's excellent news, and it's so funny. I love that I consider myself a bit of a ufologist. I look into the subject quite often, and I've never seen.
Dude, you do a podcast about it.
I do a podcast about it. I write about it, and I have never seen one episode of the X-Files.
God, you make it. This is why we had to readjust the show to make the pop culture section just me telling you about pop culture.
Yeah, I was into immature kid stuff, and that never changed. I've been watching just kid movies and stuff, and just like dumb movies and horror. That's like pretty much all I ever really look for.
Well, you know what's good about kids movies is it's good about escapism because you do know that it's gonna end happy.
Yeah,
and they're usually whimsical adventures.
And they're really good,
and they feel good, and things end the way you want them to. So I get the kids,
and
young adult
but
movies.
Then I also love brutal horror.
Yeah, dude, I love brutal horror too. Like, oh my god, I'm so excited for they have a new Evil Dead coming out called Evil Dead Burn. Yeah, and I apparently it's good because I've heard nothing about Evil Dead Burn, and it's coming out like this year, and quietly they just said, oh, yeah, we also have another movie coming out the following year called Evil Dead Wrath.
Yeah.
So they've just announced Evil Dead Wrath, and the production has begun, and they released a kind of like a retro trailer, image of Evil Dead Wrath. By the looks of it, I think they're giving us kind of like a 70s Evil Dead.
It definitely looks. That's exactly it too. I love that logo.
Yeah, based only on like the font and the fact that it's a bit fuzzy, almost like it's like being aired on old TV. So if you are an Evil Dead fan, you got it. It's an embarrassment of riches with Evil Dead. I mean, I was always a fan of the series. The first one he made in college, Sam Raimi, and it was a horror movie, like a hardcore horror movie done low budget. The second one was like, okay, I'm basically going to remake the first one, but this time with some money. And he did, and it brought in the comedy, and it made it Ash a household name because he got the chainsaw hand. All that
Yep.
happened in the second one.
And it's crazy. Like, I haven't seen that one since I think we watched it together like a long time ago.
The second one is by far my favorite. And then, of course, we have the third one where they go back in time in medieval time. Then, the series goes dormant for a while. I think it's around 2013, maybe. We have a remake called The Evil Dead or just Evil Dead. And it is hardcore as F. Like, that remake was too much for me. It was just too gory and stuff. Like, all of that. Like,
I left the theater feeling sick.
It was rough. It was back when everyone was doing, like, gore horror, like, as the most gore we could possibly do.
Dude, where she like her arm just falls off or whatever. Like she cut dude, it's like crazy.
There's a lot of like really disgusting things. The cutting of the tongue.
Dude, there was so much.
But
and then she got like totally like raped by the tree. It was crazy.
Well, they did that in the original too, but they did it worse.
It was quite worse.
Yeah, but if you're into body horror, let me tell you, that was a good installment. And then once again, it goes dormant for a while. And then we have Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise is one of my favorite Evil Deads.
It was good. It was a bad time for me at that time when I watched it, and it kind of hit home a little bit. It was like freaky because they were in the middle of a divorce. I was in the middle of a divorce, and that was a freaky effing movie with kids and stuff. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was really creepy. The youngest kid, I think it was like Noel Fisher or whatever. She played in the latest Stranger Things. She was the new Wheeler kid in the Stranger Things.
I haven't kept up.
Fair. You know what, Ryan? I gotta be honest, but normally you're a little bit better with this back and forth on the
Stranger
pop culture
Things
section.
had me at the metal dude, and then they lost me
because
they killed him.
They killed him.
Yeah, they had me with the metal dude. It was awesome.
Okay. Well, you could read a book. It's called Stranger Things: Flight of Icarus, and it stars Eddie Munson.
Is it on Audible?
Yes, it is on Audible.
Then there is
Audible
a
should be a sponsor. We're not even plugging Audible, but yes, you can get it on Audible.
Hey, I love Audible. I'm not. We're literally just saying it multiple times. But no, seriously.
Did we mention Audible?
Like, because I have no time. So it's like sometimes, yeah, it's been a while. I should pick up a book. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone should pick up a book. If more people picked up books, we might be in a different position in this world, buddy.
That's right. Go to your local bookstore.
Yeah. Anywho, unfortunately, guys, we are at that time where we have to say goodbye to some celebrities who are no longer with us. And some of these hurt kind of bad. So the first one is Robert Carradine, and he unfortunately passed away at the age of 71. Now,
real young.
Yeah, I mean, well, for those of you who don't know, he is the main guy from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
And people in our age bracket probably would remember him as the dad from Lizzie McGuire. He did a bunch of fun stuff too, smaller roles as well. He was a random skinhead in Escape from LA.
Well, it's funny, I was far too young. But I got my hands on Revenge of the Nerds 1. Yeah. On VHS. My dad had, I think, like taped it. He would set up like, I mean, this is messed up, but we would do this. We would rent movies and we would tape it through like this extra VCR thing he had. So we would literally just copy movies.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I mean, everyone did that because like then the internet came and we were downloading them and burning them on discs. You know what I mean? Like pirating was a thing. It's always been a thing.
So I watched that movie
for
multiple times. Like when I was younger, it was like Revenge of the Nerds, Jaws, and like RoboCop. So that explains a lot about me, I think. But Revenge of the Nerds, I almost remember from start to finish. And you were saying it's not even available anymore.
Oh yeah, you can't find it anywhere. You can't find it streaming. I mean, you could find secondhand DVD copies, but I don't think there's any new version of it. I mean, it's a problematic movie.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of questionable things.
Well, I love the film. I absolutely do. And in the universe of the movie, it is fun-loving and innocent. But reflected on the morals today, that dude totally rapes a chick.
Dude, he does with his tongue.
To be fair, afterwards, she's totally cool with it, which is questionable movie making, but
indeed.
That being said, I have to imagine that is the reason why you just can't find it. Because you
Yeah.
can find the second one, you can find the third one, you can find the fourth
Well,
one.
and they also install cameras so that they can watch them all change, and then they all
I
are
didn't-
sitting there.
Oh, and then they take pictures of them and okay, so yeah, there was some issues.
And
with-
they literally were just sitting there, all of them. Like one of the dudes like didn't sleep for days because he was just watching
The
the
girls.
the girls in their dorms or whatever, like the whole time. So it was pretty it was very pervy. The
all
whole
right.
point of the movie was like, it was like half like, oh, don't be mean to nerds, and the other half was
These
they're
nerds are
total
predators.
freaking predator perverts.
All right. Fair enough, but I still remember
And a lot of racism.
a little bit of a whole lot of
And
racism.
a little bit of gay bashing. Just
Okay,
a little bit.
so
Just a little bit.
There might be valid reasons why you can't find this movie. And I still really, really loved it for some reason. I still do. I don't
I
know.
remember it like verbatim. I watched it so many times, like, and it didn't mess me up. Like, I'm not a perp. Like I'm not out here installing cameras. So it's like,
Oh,
so
man.
you know why I don't know.
Well,
I
just
can't,
because I mean,
I
fair
hate
enough.
to defend it when it has so many terrible things, but I love that man. And
Well,
when I heard he died, I was sad.
I did too.
And that's how I know him.
Well, he was in the second one as well, which I liked. It was Nerds in Paradise, and they went on vacation. And then the second lead, for some reason, just didn't come.
I never saw that.
Oh, really? Well, then there's a third one called, it was like Nerds the Next Generation or something like that. Or then I don't remember exactly. But interesting enough, the main nerd in that film played Kenny in My Name is Earl. So there's some information you don't need.
I did need that. Thank you.
And then they did a fourth one where the character Booger was the main character, and it was about his wedding where he was marrying like a rich person, and there was hoity-toity rich people like, oh, you can't marry our daughter, you're a nerd. And it's like a whole wedding movie.
I remember when he was the weird purple guy in Jingle All the Way. What's his name? That he was like Buster. It's like, no one likes you, Buster. And it was totally Booger.
Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. Well, the guy who played Booger also plays Snot, which I think is totally an inside joke from American Dad. He plays Stan's friend Snot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, listen to it now. You'll never not be able to know it. So, unfortunately, we have to say that Catherine Short has died at 42.
Is this breaking news?
It is at the time of recording, but at the releasing of this episode, it'll be a day.
Oh,
or two.
yeah.
So Martin Short's daughter, Catherine, has unfortunately taken her own life.
Oh my God.
That has been reported by TMZ, and 42 is way too young.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the number on hand, guys, but if you're going through hard times, there are places you can call and people
That's
to reach
true.
out. So
That's true. And honestly, just to be transparent, you know, I used to go through rough times, and I did reach out, and they even have a text thing. They have you can literally, there are live agents there to talk to you.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys, this is their job. You know, I know what you're saying.
Don't be afraid to speak out.
Yeah,
That's why, you know.
you're worried that they don't care. Well, they do care. They wouldn't be doing it if they didn't care.
That's right, and they do. That's right, they do.
All right. So, moving on to, it's funny because it's like, here's a happier death.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry guys.
none of these deaths are happy. But we're just gonna run through it real quick. So there's this Robo 2 cop. Excuse me, a Robo 2.
RoboCop 2.
Thank you. I can't talk.
It's okay. You're all right, man. That was a messed up. Yeah, that sucked.
Transitioning from that is kind of difficult.
It's hard. You're good.
Anyways, there's a RoboCop 2 actor and indie director, Tom Noonan, and he has passed away at 74. And I do remember him from RoboCop. He was a fun villain. He's a good
Yeah.
character actor.
Oh no, for real. Honestly, RoboCop 2 was awesome. I love that movie.
I did too. And it's funny because a lot of people thought it got like a little more over the top and was less campy and more silly. But as a kid, that spoke to me. So
Me too.
I was fine with it.
Me too.
All right. And guys, Jane Bear is the next one we're going to talk about. Now, Jane Bear has passed away, and she definitely lived a full life.
Hell
So
yeah.
she was 91 at the time of her passing, and she was a legendary animator. So she worked on so many Disney stuff, guys. Like from the beginning, she did Sleeping Beauty. She worked on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Rescuers, Beauty and the Beast, Pete's Dragon, and the Black Cauldron. And I will say, the Black Cauldron is an unsung hero of Disney's animated film. Oh my God. If you want a fantasy, that's pretty epic.
I know I've seen
Surprisingly dark.
I've seen a lot of that, but I don't think I ever like actually sat through the whole thing. I don't know why, but I do know it. Who Framed Roger Rabbit obviously is amazing. Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, those are classic Disney ones that I know.
Yeah. Well, she contributed to a bunch of them, and so you will be missed. I mean, that's at least her work is gonna like, and you don't want to get all weird with it. Her work will echo through the ages.
To Jane Bear.
To Jane the Bear. Now I'm gonna let Ryan take this next one. Actually, this next two ones. Ryan's gonna take the next two because both of these were near and dear to his heart.
Carl Grillmeyer, a renowned Caltech astrophysicist and NASA award-winning space researcher, was fatally shot outside his home in the rural Antelope Valley area of Los Angeles County. He was 67.
Yeah.
Shot, dude.
Yeah, no, so this guy, he was shot. This guy discovered water on exoplanets. So, kind of a big deal with
sort of a effing big deal. Like that's how when we have to shoot a generational ship, we'll aim to one of those.
Yeah. And it's really sad, but you know what? I'm going to say something that I do not mean this in any disrespect. I'm just saying, if you make it to 67, I bet getting shot is not what you saw coming. Like at that age.
No, I didn't even know that until I read that.
Right? But I'm just saying, like, think about that. At 67, you're thinking, well, I'm at the twilight of my life. Maybe I have, if I'm lucky, 20, 30 years and I can get like Dick Van Dyke old, but more likely, less than that. When am I going to die? How's it going to happen? At that point, unless you're doing shady shit, you're not like, I bet I'm going to get shot.
What a loss for humanity.
Oh, yeah.
Is. Like what else he could have found? What else he could have, theorized, right? So he's smart enough to do all that, like, you know what I mean, like ideas, like he could have just, even if he couldn't have completed them, we're missing that now.
Yeah, the sci-fi guy in me is just like he knew too much or was about to release some information.
Joe knew. Joe's in cahoots, guys. Joe's a plant.
Finally,
be cool.
Finally, this I don't want to say the saddest death in this group because these are all very good people, but someone who certainly brought me an immense amount of joy is this next one. So, Ryan, now that your hat is off and you are more and over your heart.
Okady, the Detroit Zoo giraffe calf. Staff at the Detroit Zoo say they are heartbroken at the loss of the giraffe calf who just died in a freak accident. I know exactly what happened. She got scared
and like ran into a wall.
Right? I believe it was one of the glass display. Sure. So she probably thought
she could run through it. Yeah, and then she broke her neck essentially, right?
It was like a vertebrae. Yeah, it was a vertebrae thing, and they had to put her down. So that one is especially sad.
Yeah, I mean,
like what a heartbreaking moment. And giraffes are just the coolest freaking things ever.
Well, an animal dying at a zoo is always sad, but like a baby animal, and especially like freak accident. Oh man, I mean, how bad the zookeepers feel. Like I used to watch. I used to watch Crikey Were the Irwins, which was like kind of like the sequel series of the Crocodile Hunter, where they actually just were in an Australian zoo. But
I loved that.
Oh my God,
I loved everything he did. Rest in peace, dude.
Rest in peace.
Taught me everything about animals.
Well, see, that's why I just can't help but be sad anytime like an animal dies. It's a baby animal at a zoo, okay? I know animals die every day. I'm not trying. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like giraffes. They're just so cool, and they seem to love it there because they're always getting fed. They come right up to you. They're so cool. Like at Toledo Zoo, I take my kids, and you can buy lettuce and you just hand it up and they come right up to you. They don't care. They're cool. You can pet them.
And they got black tongues.
They got these big like purple black tongues. They're crazy.
I mean, there's nothing more metal than that, I will say.
It's pretty badass. And they have one that like his jaw is messed up, or her jaw, so its tongue is just constantly flopped out.
That's adorable, but yet sad.
It was a little, but it was just enjoying its time. It was hanging out. It was hogging it too. It was like me.
So pour one out for those we lost, guys.
That's right. That's
and,
right.
Hopefully we'll have less of a list next week. We do this show weekly, and we've had like 5 every time we've done this lately.
Well, it's just let's face it, man. Time is passing, and like we referenced Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was a show in the 90s. That's the 30 years ago.
I think it was 20 years ago. I think it was the early 2000s.
Okay, was it?
We're not that
Okay,
old. Don't be
okay.
weird
I'm
about
just
this.
saying, it's getting like time is passing. And we are gonna see the people from history see what happens at the end.
Yeah, or they get shot.
Or they get shot. A dude who discovered water on planets.
Well, all right, guys. Speaking of different planets, we have this little segment that we love doing, and it's kind of all about aliens.
It is.
It's called Disclosure Discussion.
It is.
And Ryan found a great one. He told you a little bit about it earlier, but we're going to jump in right now on this week's
Disclosure Discussion. Ha 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 ha. It's about aliens and stuff.
Commercial pilot who narrowly escaped UFO mothership had his story buried by the CIA for 30 years. This comes to us from dailymail.com.
I mean, I say you got out, call it a win.
A pilot's chilling encounter with alien mothership has resurfaced, with conspiracy theorists calling it one of the greatest cover-ups in U.S. history. In 1986, Captain Kinju Terauchi and his crew aboard Japan Airlines Flight 1628 reported 2 mysterious lights trailing their plane over Alaska.
Yeah, which is never settling, right? Like anytime you're on a plane and there's just something following you around, you can't, it's worrisome.
And he's a pilot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he would know that this is abnormal.
I think anyone would know it's abnormal. It's like, oh, yep, sorry, guys, getting pulled over.
Right? Like, oh, sorry. The objects, confirmed by both onboard and ground radar, shadowed the flight before vanishing. Then Terauchi, sorry, it's so hard to say, Terauchi, it literally says Terauchi. Okay, so Terauchi described the sudden appearance of a colossal craft, far larger than their Boeing 747. Despite Captain Terauchi's detailed testimony, FAA interviews, crew sketches of the craft, and audio recordings between Japan Airlines Flight 1628 crew and air traffic controllers, the UFO encounter has faced decades of debunking efforts.
I mean, seems like you have a few bits of evidence.
Just a bit. Recently declassified documents revealed the extent of evidence held by both Japanese and U.S. governments regarding the UFO mothership, including radio transcripts detailing the moment the giant mothership appeared above Flight 1628. In 2018, UFO researchers noted that these records were quietly entered into the U.S. government's National Archives decades after the 1986 UFO sighting and years after the Freedom of Information Act request to unseal the recordings. So they were really trying to keep this down.
No, you're not going to tell you. No.
We'll give you this. But I want it all.
Shut the fuck.
It's like Pawn Stars.
Shut the fuck up.
Best I can do is this.
Yeah.
Terauchi's flight from Paris to Narita International Airport near Tokyo crossed over eastern Alaska on November 17th when the 747 airliner spotted the 2 strange lights and enormous mothership over U.S. airspace.
Oh, well, that ain't normal.
The bright yellow and white objects reportedly flew dangerously close to the aircraft, causing Terauchi to radio to air traffic control in Anchorage for help. Here's a quote. "We see irregular pulsating lights there is a large black chunk just in front of us. Distance is 5 miles. It seems to be a mothership," the pilot said. So he said that, like, looking at it.
Yeah, he's like, all right, dude, I am from Japan, and this is the 80s.
That is what that is.
There has been plenty of anime and other pop culture things for me to tell you that that is a mothership.
I know what that is. It's wild to be able to just be like, I know this is the first time I'm like really. So I'm picking up
Like,
a
did
hit.
you translate that right? He's like, mothership?
Dude, right? So here's another quote. I'm picking up a hit on radar approximately 5 miles in trail on your 6 o'clock position, Anchorage ATC said during the 1986 sighting. Anchorage ATC reported spotting something on radar near the airplane and contacted the military to make sure that they did not have any planes near Flight 1628. It was confirmed they did not. The ex-fighter pilot with over 10,000 hours of experience attempted to escape the small UFOs before they suddenly disappeared. That's when Terauchi spotted what he described as a gigantic spaceship. Quote, according to Terauchi's written statement given to FAA, this UFO mothership was the size of 2 or 3 aircraft carriers, making it possibly 3,000 feet in length.
I mean, that's crazy.
That's
I can't.
huge.
Aircraft carriers in the water, to me, blow my mind. Imagining that flying. I mean, well, I guess that's just the helipad from Avengers. But
Yeah.
imagine, how many do they say? 2, 3?
They say it is the size of 2 to 3. Yeah, 2 to 3.
How would something like that fly in the air without how would it? What was the propulsion? There's so many questions of UFOs. That's crazy.
Well, yeah.
What would you do, dude? I would lose my shit. I don't know.
Because right, like I always think about that. About the subject that we love to cover is about something that you've never seen before. That's why I just said that, because I think about that all the time. You're talking about a person who has never, ever seen this before. And he was able to be like, that is an alien mothership, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Are you sure it's not Venus? Yes.
like, as long as the person isn't, full of crap, like a person describing something, I tend to like an eyewitness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
when it comes to cryptids, when it comes to UFOs.
I mean, I'm sure this isn't true of everyone, but from my understanding of Japanese culture, like they care a lot about truth and honor, and they're not going to just bullshit. They're not going to lie.
He lost his job. I actually cut that out, but I figured that actually
Exactly.
it actually matters. Yeah, he did. He lost his job after this. I cut that part. It was like very lengthy and explanative, and at the end of the day, yeah, because he
Talked
spoke
about
out.
UFO. Yeah, I mean that happens
Yep.
to a lot of pilots. I mean that's why there was so much stigma for so long.
Yeah.
Is it was like if you were a cop or anything, it's like, well, now you're ridiculed and you don't have a job. Like it could ruin your life. Just to
I
speak
think
out.
he was able to keep a desk job, but still, you know what I mean? He's the dude's 10,000 hours of experience in the air. Like, think about that.
Yeah, and one bad day at the office, you see something, report it, and that's the end of your career.
Yep.
That sucks.
And my hat goes off to that man for making that sacrifice in the fact that thank God it's coming out. By the time other planes arrived in the area, the mothership vanished and no other pilot saw the giant craft.
Oh, that sucks. You got to point it out to at least one other guy.
They had like you'd think they'd have some kind of camera or something.
Well, it was trailing them, right? They don't have like a camera in the butt of the plane,
That's
do they?
true, right? And this
I mean,
is
the
back,
military probably does, but not like a commercial.
and it's not like now they don't have a cell phone; they could just bust out with a camera on it. So yeah, this is in the 80s. So, flight JL 1628 B747 jumbo cargo encountered 2 spaceships and a mothership about 50 minutes above Alaska. Terauchi wrote in his report to federal air officials, and he continued, there was no danger, but it created many questions that a human being cannot answer. He wrote that in his report.
I mean, like I said, he put himself out there, and for better or worse, it makes me believe it. I think
Me too.
I think there are less people lying about this than there are people who believe they saw it and maybe are mistaken. Do you know what I mean? I don't think people just lie.
Or maybe they were atmospheric beasts.
Oh, actually, it could have been, right? It was saying like two balls of light.
Yeah, we were just saying that
Oh
they
my
could be
God.
huge.
That's it. The
Dude,
Illuminati.
oh,
What
no.
if the Illuminati answers?
All of a sudden,
to
there's a knock at the
atmospheric beasts?
studio
No,
door.
I'm serious. Think about this. The Illuminati is always like a cult kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what if they worship a ancient god, and a god is an atmospheric beast, and they take orders from these atmospheric beasts.
Yes.
So anytime anyone reports UFOs and it turns out to be an atmospheric beast, that person disappears or gets their life ruined.
Well, I mean, yeah.
See?
They want mail.
It's all connected.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. This is the episode that has cracked it all.
Either that or it's the episode where it seems like we're on crack, one or the other.
Well, yeah. Or in a padded room. So after a brief FAA investigation, Oh, yeah, we could just take a couple seconds on this. Terauchi spoke to 2 Kyoto News journalists about what he had seen over Alaska in November of 1986, which, like I said, led to him becoming now a desk job.
Yeah. So all this happened the year I was born. You know what this means?
No.
Nothing. But it's kind of cool.
It's peaky. Peaky. The thing was flying as if there was no such thing as gravity. This is what he said. It sped up, then stopped, then flew at our speed, in our direction, so that to us it appeared to be standing still, the pilot told reporters.
Yeah. Well, isn't moving in weird ways that seem impossible, isn't that one of the observables?
And you were just saying that last week, that it would turn us to jelly.
Yeah. Sudden stops and moving in direction.
Oh, yeah. We'd
Yeah.
be dead. So the FAA branded Terauchi as a UFO repeater, noting that he had reported 2 other UFO sightings before November 17th incident and 2 more in January of 1987. So I included that just because we always talk about, like, I like to give full credibility. So this is supposedly his 3rd time seeing it, and no one else saw it.
All right, so maybe he is crazy.
So maybe.
Either that, a lot of abductees get repeated visits, you know what I mean? So maybe
that was why I included that, where I'm like, well, what if we're just,
he's being tracked.
Out of how many freaking pilots there are out there, and he's got 10,000 hours, you're bound to see something. However, one senior official with the FAA at the time believed the Japanese pilot's story and claimed the CIA was suppressing the evidence. So here's where it gets good. John Callahan was charged with overseeing the FAA analysis of this high-profile case. He collected critical data, including the radar tapes, air traffic control voice recordings, and the written statements from the JAL flight crew. And we had to remember this was all caught on radar. However, in a January 1987 briefing with the CIA, FBI, and White House officials, Callahan claimed the investigation was abruptly shut down. Here's a quote. When we got all done with our briefing, it took a couple hours. The CIA man stood up and said, "This event never happened. We were never here. You're all sworn to secrecy, and we are confiscating all this data." Callahan told Larry King Live in 2007.
None of you will learn the truth of our atmospheric beast overlords.
We've cracked the case.
We answer to them.
All of a sudden there's just
to Lord
from the door just who is that? Who is that? Is it?
It's like,
Oh, there's these dudes with like sunglasses on.
I kind of do honestly imagine that we're covering all this paranormal shit that eventually at some point it'll kill us.
Like,
in
right?
some weird, horrific way. There's a new horror movie coming out where they like play 2 podcasters play like an audio thing and it releases a demon. I mean, it's possible, man.
I mean, yeah, I've always thought that releasing a demon was possible with our podcast. Always.
Well, you tried to do it with your metal, and now you're doing it with your podcasting. But hey, man, that was a good disclosure discussion.
Thank you.
It's sad he lost his job. I think it's cool that he reported it. The other reports make me think that maybe he's fibbing, but maybe not. I do give credibility to a pilot. And
we can't take away from the radar. They had it. He had it on plane.
That's true.
And they had radar from home base. So
clearly he didn't
Anchorage.
engineer that. So that's a good point. That's a good point.
So no matter what, like maybe this guy really is just getting multiple visits.
What if aliens just pick one human and they're like, dude, we're going to mess with them. We'll show up and then make sure no one else ever sees. And we'll just keep fucking with them over and over and over again.
And we've said that before. It happens to so many people.
It's Terry, the alien jerk.
That's me.
All right. I think that's good for aliens.
That is good for aliens. And to me, it's weird that these kind of things, even to us, have you ever heard about that story before? I haven't. I find it weird.
I find it weird too. I love weird things, man.
Me too. So I guess that leads us to our next segment, which is called
Real World Weird.
Grandma Escapes Nursing Home by Climbing a 7-foot Gate in 24 Seconds.
I told her that she couldn't come home.
You know that Mista lady? I think I just killed her. Recently, a story has resurfaced and is going viral on social media.
As it should.
The incredible tale of a 92-year-old woman in eastern China who escaped the nursing home by scaling a 2.15 meter tall gate in just 24 seconds.
That's like 7 feet, right?
Yeah. The incident, which took place in July of 2024 in Shandong Province, was captured on video and is once again gaining attention online.
Oh my God. So when I saw this video, Ryan, someone had put the Mission Impossible music on it.
Excellent.
So I see the old woman like dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun. She did it quick.
Hey, you know what? Hey, that's kudos. Kudos. 92 and I can do that.
92. I mean, most of our not real world weird. Most of our, well, now they're deads. They were all in their 70s. This one was 92.
Dude, and she's climbing fences. Like, maybe we should look into the staff. Like, is there like a situation going on, like from Happy Gilmore going on in there?
Or maybe it's just the food in China. I don't know. Maybe if you just eat the Chinese food, not American version of Chinese food, but actual Chinese food, you live forever.
That I honestly think that you're onto something there. That is
It's
actually
possible.
probably 1000% true. We eat so many chemicals.
Well, honestly, not to get too much off topic, but the United States and our food is disgusting and horrible. Like most countries ban the crap we put in food.
It's so delicious and horrible.
Hey guys, I have 2 pieces of fried chicken. Let's put bacon and cheese in between the middle and call it a sandwich.
Bet.
America.
Bet. According to a report by the Straits Times, the video was originally posted on the Chinese social media platform Weibo. It shows the elderly woman skillfully
I want to
grabbing.
join Weibo. Can we get an Earthling Entertainment account on Weibo?
I'll give it a shot.
Nice.
I think you probably have to be a Chinese citizen, I would assume.
Yeah, get a VPN.
All right, I'll work on it. So
No,
she
you
hoists
You're
herself.
lying to me.
She hoists herself up and carefully swings over the gate, landing gracefully on the other side, all within 24 seconds.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I got this. Here we go. Hiya.
They're never gonna keep me down.
All right, going on my walk.
I know it's not gonna cover it, but where do you think she was going?
Wherever she wanted.
Yeah, she was.
That's the point.
Sweet, sweet freedom.
Dude, kudos, bro. Honestly, this is me. They're in trouble when I get old. They are in trouble. The report also cites Chinese newspaper, which quoted the director of the nursing home in Yantai City. He stated that the woman, who is 1.6 meters tall and suffers from severe Alzheimer's disease, has a strong interest in exercise and climbing.
Oh my God. Okay, so dude, I am not trying to make fun of this at all. Alzheimer's is terrible. But can you imagine? She wakes up and she's like, oh my God, I don't know where I am. I'm fucking trapped. I'm going to escape. You can't hold me.
That's exactly what happened,
And
I
she
think.
just
And she
got
loves climbing and stuff like that. So her
Little did
instincts clicked it in. Yeah.
It's like the long kiss goodnight. She's just like secretly a secret agent in her life. And she's like, haha, you'll never catch me, you sons of bitches.
I am needed.
Oh my God. I would.
She was eventually found, by the way.
Well, good.
So she's okay.
Good. I didn't know that was a possibility. I didn't know there were, you know what I mean? Like, I just assumed she was found.
Yeah. I just wanted that was the last line. Just wanted to make sure in case anybody was like, well, where'd she go? She was found. She's
She
all right.
jumped the fence. Strangely, 3 feet later, she tripped over a rock and died.
Oh,
Like,
no.
It's like, oh, so close.
You know, you never know. You never know what's
Oh,
going to happen,
man.
guys. Cherish every day. Call your loved
I
ones.
think
you
my
know?
grandma was a ninja. She was like 94 before
Your
she
grandma
died.
was a ninja, actually. Yeah, I met her.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I did. So that was a good story,
Yeah, it was-
and
I think
kudos
it counts
to her.
I think it counts as being real world weird. I know
it definitely does.
I know it's a little bit of an old story. You guys may have heard it, but I didn't before finding it, and I just wanted to give like you said, kudos to this ninja woman.
Like, right? Like, here I go.
Yeah,
This is it. I'm done.
she's like, Dude, and I just want to just have her go over the fence, be like parkour.
I am Batman.
Yeah.
So that brings us to our next story here. A loyal dog, a dirty secret.
Dun, 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 dun.
Authorities in Italy recently busted a clever, if misguided, dog owner who trained his pet to illegally dump trash for him.
I mean, awesome.
Police in the Sicilian town of Catania revealed the unusual crime in a social media post, sharing security footage of a small dog dutifully carrying garbage bags and depositing them along the side of the road. Yes, the dog appears to have been trained for repeat roadside drop-offs. Not exactly the trick most owners teach, and I just don't understand the payoff. Do they have to pay money?
They might, man. There's like if you're in rural areas in the United States, you do have to like pay to get money. To get money.
Pay money to get your garbage.
Or you have to like take it yourself to a dump. So I imagine in Italy they probably have to take it to a dump.
Okay.
Or,
Okay.
I mean, maybe pay. I'm talking out of my butt.
Yeah, me.
Because
I have
genuinely don't know how garbage disposal works in Italy. But I'm Italian and my family's from Italy. So you know what? I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed I don't know this, bud.
Baba da boopy.
Yeah, my family name is Trotto. You know.
Oh,
yeah. Ends in a vowel. Italian.
In their post. Jumping back in their post.
I didn't know what to say either.
Me either.
Yeah.
Authorities dryly.
Try not to sound racist.
You're Italian. You're fine.
I know, but people get mad about everything.
What can you do? What can you do?
Hide and cry.
Well, you know.
Continue.
At least you know to do that. So there you go. You got the self-realization. In their post, authorities dryly noted that ingenuity can never become an alibi for incivility, making it clear that they were not impressed by the owner's creativity. While the method may have been inventive, police said it ultimately harmed the environment and undermined local waste regulations. So it does.
Yeah, that's
obviously,
fair.
I mean, you can't just be leaving garbage anywhere anyway, but
I know, and I don't think you should litter, but like how much garbage could the dog possibly carry? I mean, it's a dog. Let it go.
he's a good boy. We got a picture here. He looks very vigilant. Like this dude is like, yes,
I'm gonna dump this.
Like right over here. Like oh man, I'm gonna get a treat.
Exactly,
get a
right?
milk
Like
bone.
reward, you know?
Yeah.
But how does the owner know that like you had dropped it off in the right place, right? The dog could just come back without
I don't
the
think
garbage.
he cares as long as it's off his property.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'm thinking too much into this, man.
Officials also pointed out the irony that the man's workaround didn't just skirt the law. It turned his four-legged friend into an unwitting accomplice.
Yeah, you know they put him in a pound, and now he's on put down row.
Oh, dude, yeah, and he's not gonna make it really good because like all these other tough dogs, like, yeah, I killed a man.
Yeah,
what did you do? And he's like, littering.
Oh fuck, they're gonna kill you for that? Jesus.
Oh well, you know, like you're not gonna be very cool in the pound. I'm just
Ooh.
saying, after littering. Instead of playing,
yes, that is the biggest crime that these other dogs are worried about.
they're just like you bitch.
Yeah. Don't call me a woman.
Like F this guy. Like oh, he's in here for littering. Oh, look at this bad boy. You're a good boy, aren't you?
What'd you
They're
do?
like bullying him. I killed a man.
Yeah, I ate my owner's face.
I bit the mailman's finger off. And here he is just like littering.
Yeah.
Instead of playing fetch, the dog was apparently running unauthorized sanitation missions.
Don't. A lot of Mission Impossibles.
The scheme didn't stay hidden for long. Once identified, the owner was issued a sizable fine for illegal dumping. As for the dog, I could get that too sometimes. As for the dog, it's safe to assume he was simply following orders, likely believing that he deserved a treat and not a citation. But no, we need justice in this country, in that country, wherever this is again. And no, give that dog, throw the book at that dog. No, I'm kidding.
Can you believe that? Like, can you imagine this guy? He's just sitting like, all right, like, look, he is. I know you're pissed, and I know you're fining me, but like, let's be honest. Come on, that's pretty impressive, right?
It was pretty good, right?
That was pretty good. Like
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
They're all just like, yeah, it was pretty good. Turn around.
it's like, you know what, man? No, this is like when you got those Comanche monkeys to like go buy groceries for you. You can't just have animals. Maybe some Dr. Doolittle. He's the Italian Dr. Doolittle. That's it, Ryan.
He could be. So you're saying he actually hears
Animals talk?
animals
How else do
talking?
you convince a dog to carry a bag of garbage to a specific area?
I don't know.
Exactly. And if that is a question you want to find out, then keep listening to Earthling Entertainment.
That's right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Next week, we'll have another brand new episode. Just a reminder to please download the episodes wherever you get your podcasts. It helps us out a great deal.
And guys, please, the best that you can do, honestly, is share us. Share us with anybody who listens to podcasts. You know, share them with your coworker, with your friends, with your family, because we like to have a lot of fun here. We're doing this every week. We've been doing this a long time. This is episode, I think, 116.
It is. It is. Yeah. I'm super excited about this, that we just got these new stickers, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want one of those, email us at earthlingentertainmentpodcast@gmail.com. And
The company's amazing.
the company is amazing. I think that's it. Like, the reason I have a little note on my notes here that says, remember to bring up the stickers. So that's why that seemed awkward.
There you
guys.
go.
It was
Well,
right.
hey.
I had to shove that in right before we were done.
Email us at earthlingentertainmentpodcast@gmail.com and send us your address, and we'll send you stickers.
That's right. And
For
so
free.
yeah, well, we have a book of stamps, so we're gonna go through that book of stamps. It's funny, guys. I'm actually dragging this out because Ryan is dancing because he has to pee.
I gotta
so
pee
bad.
so bad.
And it's kind of funny. You can leave.
I'm
You
out.
Can go. All
I'm
right.
out. Bye, guys.
Bye, Ryan. Go.
Slam.
Anyway, so we have a book of stamps, and when those stamps run out, then we are giving out no more stickers. So yeah, email us. And from all of us here at Earthling Entertainment, which apparently is just me because Ryan ran away. Bye. I'm so alone.
Joe left. That there is from Happy Tree Friends. Joe left, so I get to record with buttons that I don't get to press when he is here.